undernourished, and then when she gives birth, the child is also undernourished. That is why you find in some parts of the country, they can't even assimilate school. So even though when you put them in the school, provide the education for them, it's still a problem. So we are working now with an organization to bring nutrition and food fortification to over 10 million people within the next 5 years. You see, the way the food system is structured is very unequal. Right now, the farmer farms his maize, his wheat, and all of these staples. And then the big companies come, buy it from them, fortify it with nutrients. I'm sure we've seen some of those packaged food products, nutrient fortified, vitamin A, B, D, and sell it back to us at cutthroat prices. Now, those guys can't afford it, right? So, but you took it from them, but they can't use it. And all they rely on is the staples, starch, carbohydrates, no nutrients, no vitamin A, no vitamin D. So what this project is called the Convergence Project, and it came out of MIT and Harvard Business School to bring breakthrough technology to 10 million Africans beginning in Sierra Leone and Kenya, and hopefully Nigeria at some point. So that mainly is the future of what we're doing, so that farmers in local communities not only are able to get access to this quality added fortified nutrition, food fortification, they're also able to do it themselves, so that somebody else doesn't need to sell it to them. They have the tools, they have the mechanism to deploy it and fortify their food, and are able to feed their children with high quality nutrition. So the next thing that I was inspired to do, I realized there are a lot more people that can benefit from innovation. There are a lot more people that want to innovate. So I want more childbearers to come up. I want more innovative solutions to our local problems. I always think about, for example, a solar-powered ultrasound machine, which is one of the things we are looking to build with the next project that I'll show you. Many rural communities do not have access to point-of-care diagnostics. So imagine in your village, for example, nobody has ultrasound there. There's no power. Nobody knows. They can't diagnose kidney diseases and all of that. Here's the point. The Chinese are not going to build it for us. Other countries are not going to come down and solve these problems for us. But what is the gap? We don't have the technology capacity, we don't have the skills, we don't have the know-how down here. So how can we create such solutions? And not only to create the solutions that we can use here, but also export it, because the challenges are the same in other developing countries, like India, Pakistan, Nepal, Laos, or South America. So how can we bring knowledge down here, transfer the technology to create things like that? Which is why we decided to found Gallery of Code. It's a blend between arts, science, technology to innovate new solutions for the African continent. And we're partnering with a wonderful organization out in Austria called Ars Electronica, and they're at the forefront of science, technology, arts, and it's been an amazing thing. We moved around looking for support, and we were grateful to the good people of Austria, and the local embassy here also is supporting us on this. It is funded by the government of Austria, actually. So we would have scientists and technologists run exchanges and run possible R&D with local scientists here in Nigeria, local engineers here, like the people you see there. These are people from the street. We put out an application online, and hundreds and hundreds of young Nigerians, talented. You'll be amazed at the talent we have in this country. We'll be amazed. But these talents have to be refined, have to be shown how to package these things and how to scale them, which is why we're excited. And just in August, we had the first visiting scientist, who is Professor Horst Hortner, come in and work with some of our locals here, our local engineers. It's a mix of engineers, embedded system designers, and they are creating solutions. One of the solutions a wonderful gentleman there is creating is to detect diseases in poultry for the agricultural sector. Now, when a particular in big poultries, when a bird has a disease, right, it spreads quickly. If it's a farm with 1,000 birds, how do you isolate one in a timely manner? And he's using ultrasonic sensors to decide and define those boundaries so that one is isolated. Now imagine what this portends. We can export this technology to other African countries, India, or wherever. We have to build these solutions and help our people. And that's why I'm passionate about the things that I'm doing. I just also wanted to take the time and speak to us about value, about creating solutions. We cannot continue complaining. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. So, in the most little way, whatever it is, whatever sector, we have to be inspired enough to create those solutions that can lift people out of poverty, that can influence and change the status quo. So I will just leave us with a short video about this project, if it's available. Otherwise, that would be my closing remarks. Thank you so much.
The festival is clearly targeting the elite of art and science as well as the free architecture. And this year is actually on the wake at the very moment. So it's now the exhibition.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Another round of applause, please, for Oscar. Thank you very much.